Gotcha.
Grabbed my thingy.
Soundboard! Again. Here we go! Damn, you right!
Yeah, indeed we do.
Twisted Wonderland.
Idia!
Hi, Idia.
Hi! I missed a day. I did that thing where I checked my personal account. I'm like, oh yeah, I got everything done right. Wrong.
長い歴史と最新のトレンドが調和した美少の街。学べることは多そうだ。
Let's look at guest room before we go. Let's get that jail. Okay, I ain't fighting yet. No, that's not what I meant. Might be it. Okay.
まだ見ぬ美を探したい。
廃墟巡りの一環だ。
Who's in jail? Oh my god.
Oh.
Cater, Deuce, Jamil, Rook. In the same cell.
Yeah, they all... What crime did they all commit together?
Or it was Jamil, Cater, Deuce, but Rook just snuck in.
Yeah.
He did it! He peeled him like a lemon! Don't worry about it.
このディティールは
Cater was
was
the
getaway driver.
使いやすそうな家具だ。僕も欲しい。
What'd you do?
部屋の汚れはその種類によって落とし方が違う。
What did you do? He cleaned up the body.
Yeah.
Got the getaway driver.
ダンスシーン
Clean
に
up
愛され
detail.
洒落た部屋だ。
Yeah, this is a regular Who Killed Cock Robin in here.
I caught his blood.
That's Jamil.
It's much more terrifying that Deuce is in his lab gear. Did he work with chemicals? Oh lord.
マジカメチェックタイム。さっきの投稿の反応は
Ah yes, post it on your dot blot. Your live gore site. Trey!
Yep.
芸能人のマネージャーはジャミルさんの適職だ。自由奔放な相手もうまくアテンドする。
Let's not waste any time. Movie magic.
Movie magic.
From what I remember one of my friends going through this, and they were really pissed off of like, wow, this is a lot of, wow, I sure love Disney branded Disney thingies, and I'm like, well,
Yeah, it's like, bruh, you saw the sign coming in to this game. This
Yep.
game fucking opens with Disney. The official name of the app is Disney's TW when it shows up on a phone. This is Disney shilling. You can't act like...
cleavage.
Oh, the cleavage.
Oh, the cleavage. Oh. Anyway, focus. Body care routine. How many? Okay, I'm doing good on postcards. Cool. Bop, bop. I'm not on auto. Yep.
Okay, we're good.
The next day. This is the life! I had the best time shopping! Seems like you guys had fun too?
Yeah, the cafe grub was great. I'm super satisfied.
That food was so good.
Like that strawberry pie. I can see why it's a Machiavelli specialty.
Yum, 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 yum.
Bill, Azul, and Jamil must still be out shopping somewhere in the Crystal Galleria.
Probably. Our free time's not over, not yet. But our free time's not over just yet. I was actually with Azul until a little bit ago, and I saw Bill going to some shop too. Ah, looks like time's about up. We should probably head back to the rendezvous point.
Meh. Since when are you worried about being punctual, Ace?
Since I'm worried about Bill beating my ass! Because if we're late, I bet Bill would just leave us behind. For real.
He totally would.
Seeing as we're here, I figure it's better to do what he says and actually get to go places.
Makes sense. Let's head over then.
He's worried about the ladle! Ooh. Ooh, everyone's here already.
You all arrived on time.
Meh. Ain't you impressed?
Being on time is the bare minimum I require of you, so no.
Well, he's Kibby. He doesn't understand time. So I'm proud of Grim, not Ace.
I really enjoyed getting some free time on the town.
Nothing like an early morning shopping run.
The bed at the hotel was so soft. I felt extremely well rested when I woke up.
It was huge, too! I really gotta stretch out. Ah, you got a king size. That shit make you swallowed up.
There's an old legend in this town about people who forced a guest to sleep on a bed that was much too small. The hotels here take the moral of the story to heart and ensure their beds are extremely large.
Oh my lord. Well, then I have that legend to thank for that excellent rest.
The pillow was perfectly fluffed too, so it was easy to get comfortable.
I slept well, I went... Really? I was sort of might be too different from what you're used to. Bro, I live in a fucking shack!
That's the joke.
Bitch!
I'm sure the luxurious bedding was a far cry from what you have in Ramshackle Dorm, but I'm glad you took to it.
Bitch!
I'm glad you all enjoyed your accommodations.
It was awesome! I wish I could stay in a place like that every night. It really was a great experience. Did you sleep well, Vil?
I did. After my thorough body care routine, of course. Quality sleep is absolutely essential for healthy skin. I stretched before my bath to boost my metabolism. Then I gave myself a lymphatic massage afterwards to promote circulation. I moved right into skincare after that. I can't allow my skin to dry out, even for a second. The base serum, toner, essences, and moisturizer I use are all top-shelf products. And you can't neglect your hair. I gave myself a scalp massage before applying oil to prevent drying, then donned a silk cap to avoid chafing.
I'm gonna get to see his PJs soon.
I'm so looking forward to his PJs. We need to see him so glamorous for bed. And don't think for a second I'm not applying lip balm, nail oil, or hand cream. I put gloves on after to let it all absorb.
You know what? I know we're not gonna get this. Especially when you finally see this recording VODs and he's already gonna be out, but
Yeah.
as of recording this, it hasn't come out yet. I really hope he gets a fucking face mask. That'd be so funny.
That would be so funny. Then I put on my compression socks to prevent sweat. Oh my
Hey.
god, he just keeps going. Give myself an eye massage to make sure the cream absorbs and drift off to sleep.
Wow. Ominous music.
I take it none of you did any of that?
Shit! We told him we would!
Oh my god!
He's like, you better do that before you go to bed. We're like, yup. fuck?
I did some of that.
But that's quite the routine. Yeah, I just removed my makeup and hit the sack.
Oh no. Unbelievable!
Ah! Eh.
You really don't have any idea how grand a stage today's film festival is, do you?
Forget the ladle, we getting Rook's arrow.
Kyo, I trust you took this seriously.
As long as you gave me written instructions, I would have. I did everything. Cause I like to do like, can you write it down for me? And he's like, yeah, here. And then I'll be like, okay, here's where we do. I did everything.
Take a good look, the rest of you. This is how a spuddling ought to behave.
Beam.
My henchhuman kept me up the whole night with all that fussing.
Hey, wait a second! What's Grip supposed to do?
I mean, probably
It's Kitty.
just had like brushing or something. And,
Maybe
like,
some oil to his
some
fur.
oils to his fur and his little paws.
Little coconut cream.
Oh yeah.
Grim mentions how he didn't even wash his face. Ah. So yeah, no, he didn't even do shit. Kibby gets obligatory water jail bath. Probably putting like green conditioner in it to help with his coloring and non-staining.
So, where are we going to eat today?
We aren't going to a restaurant, but to Queen's Film Studios.
It's a world-famous film production company. I've been very much looking forward to visiting a real movie studio.
If there ain't any food, who cares?
That's the studio that made the original animated Beautiful Queen, yes? That's right. And they're making the new live-action remake as well. Normally, visitors are not allowed inside. But as my father is producing said remake, he was able to arrange permission for us.
Whoa. Nothing feels more special than getting in somewhere off limits. Yeah, I know that feeling. My main boss is the fucking executive producer, so he got us doors way open. Nice.
A place where countless masterpieces have been painstakingly crafted. We may get a glimpse at some of the amazing techniques they used in the process.
Alright. If it's as cool as you say, I guess I don't mind going. Hey, Vil, have you gone before?
Yes, I've been in film set for shots there.
Do you ever think we'll get a live action Swamp? Don't ask me that!
I shouldn't be surprised, considering you're a world-famous actor.
There it is! Is that Eve at Foster? Wow. Hold on, let me give you a...
Wow.
There it is.
There it is, Disney.
I thought you were gonna say these nuts.
Wow. So this is a film studio lot.
We have to check in at the office before we do anything. Is this fair?
Isn't allowed. I talked to Saber Spark. Fuck off. Whoa, this place is real fancy for an office. That's a poster for the animated Beautiful Queen, isn't it?
And I see some Star Rogue memorabilia over there.
Star Rogue, pop off!
Star Rogue, pop off!
Star Rogue, legend, pop off! I did! I emailed him! Damn it! I am allowed! Yeah, there are pictures and stuff all over the place. Feels like a museum. Yeah, or a fancy cafe or something. Doesn't look like an office at all. Oh, it's Prussia. Ah, Vil, you're here! Oh no, this one again. Your boss is giving you... What? What are you talking about? They were happy about it. We didn't get mad. What are you talking about? They were very happy for me to have done it. And they're getting further interviews with stuff. I don't know what info you got, man. No, you're very misremembering.
It's lovely to see you again.
Hiya.
Thanks for having us today.
You and this lady friends or something, Bill?
It's Neo Prussia.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? You could say that. He and I have worked together a number of times. Swish. Sparkle, sparkle.
We've known each other since I was a child actor. She was a new hire at the time.
Lady!
I understand she's a line producer on the Beautiful Queen remake now.
Line producer? So like an assistant producer, like to a producer like Eric? An assistant? Well, broadly speaking, I suppose that's more or less true.
A producer like my father sees the entire film production. From staffing and casting to fundraising and quality control. But many people work under him. Line producers, of course, but also co-producers and associate producers. They're all involved in all manner of things, from principal photography all the way to marketing and promotion.
Huh. There's all sorts of producers.
As line producer, she handles the day-to-day administrative tasks involved with making a film. It's an important position. So while it's a supportive role, you can't really call her a mere assistant.
Azul, Jamil, Ace, Grim, Kyo. It's nice to meet you all. It will be my pleasure to show you around our studio today. Oh no, I'm the tour guide. Good luck! But first I'll need all of you to sign this. NDA, please.
Yeah.
Meh? What's this wall of text?
Yeah!
It's an NDA. The studio isn't open to the public normally, so you'll have to agree not to talk about what you see here.
Ugh, I don't have time to read all of this. This is a big, proper film studio, right? I'm sure it's fine.
A common mistake. Documents like this must be read thoroughly before one signs.
You would know!
Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, 4... What does this word mean? I'm afraid I'm not familiar with industry terminology. I can be held responsible for damages caused by other members of our party? I'll have to stay on top of everyone.
Rusty Valve, SFX at Grim.
And here is the last section. I think I get the gist. But just for due diligence, I'll of course need to reread it from the start.
10 minutes.
Well, this all seems to be in order. I'll gladly sign.
Just how many times did you read that thing?
Contracts are not to be entered into lightly.
Scarabia embodies the spirit of mindfulness. But even I'd consider that excessively cautious.
I trust you weren't looking for some kind of loophole. Not everything needs to be scoured for some advantage, you know.
Right. Let's have the animation building. We'll take this electric cart. Wait, we're not just gonna walk? Well, this place is fucking huge.
Film studios tend to get quite large. Most people get around on carts or bicycles.
I mean, in that case, why don't we just fly?
What?
I'd advise against that.
Voice request. How many times did you reread that?
At least 60. But yeah, of course you don't want to fly.
No. No.
Yeah, he's bad at it.
Bad at it. Rook belt! You got it!
Alarm.
Ugh. Dingalinga. Dingalinga. Fabulous. Whoop. Here we go.
Yay.
This is awesome. What a smooth ride.
Whee.
Hey, what's that big bulbous ball-looking thing over there?
A water tower. One of the studio's landmarks. This whole area used to be nothing but vast plains. Naturally, there was no water infrastructure at the time. So they built that water tower to be able to supply film shoots. I've never seen a water tower before. Obviously, we have no use for them under the sea.
There are a lot back in my hometown, though infrastructure developments have rendered some of them obsolete. But I don't think I've ever seen one that big. Really gives you a sense of how big the studio was even back then.
All film studios used water towers at the time, but most of them were built with forcibles.
But that one looks like it has 6.
Apparently, they preferred the way that looked.
Boring. Who cares?
But isn't it just like creative types to consider both function and form? Their attention to detail was not formed from simple practicality, but the pursuit of beauty as well. I admire that.
Next. Here we are at the animation building. Let's go inside, shall we?
I presume a lot of famous animated films have come out of this building.
Animation, huh? Everyone here does look like they'd be good at drawing. What the fuck does that mean,
What does
brother?
that mean?
It's not like they're all animators, Ace. That's right, we have 800 people working here, in all sorts of roles.
The lights are kind of dim in here compared to the office before. You run out of light bulbs?
Animators tend to keep the lights lower when they work. It makes it easier to see colors.
Mm-hmm. They also say it helps in focus.
I can understand that. I tend to feel more at ease with the lights are low.
Ooh. Hey!
Oh my god, it's I
Hey!
forget what it's called, but it's that thing.
Xerox?
No.
No.
The multiplanar something
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, the one that fucking Disney invented.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Whoa! Look at the size of that camera!
Must be twice our height. This is a special camera. First used on the original animated Beautiful Queen. Yes!
Yeah,
yes,
it was.
Why the heck is it so big?
Hold on. Do any of you understand the process behind cell animation?
Cell animation, let's go! Sorry, excited.
Cell.
I know the basics. Yes, I do. Allow me to explain the particulars. Cells are sheets of transparent film used in animated productions. You paint the characters or backgrounds directly onto them. Cell animation refers to layering and photographing these cells in a sequence to create a motion picture. I own one. What? Yeah, I know people are like, oh, you just like, oh, Disney this, Disney that, and I'm like, hey, This is some cool history. As someone who works in the entertainment, who someone works in the industry of this thing, I like it. What's special about this camera is that it allows you to adjust the distance between cells.
What for?
Oh, that's you.
By focusing on the closer cell, you can blur the ones behind it, in the back. So you can make characters stand out more, or blur backgrounds as you see fit.
Cool. I don't get it though.
Figures. But anyway, the main thing is, it's an amazing camera.
So they were using new technology at the time.
Lord knows if I saw that, I'd be like,
I can't imagine how much trial and error that would have involved.
voice request.
Voice request.
I haven't a clue what's going on here, but I'll act like I do.
Well, hey.
And thanks to all those efforts, they produced a high-quality animated feature, the likes of which had never been seen before.
And again, I know this sounds like Disney wanking, but no, you don't understand how fucking incredible and breakthrough Snow White was. Even if you don't like the movie, it still was a fucking crazy innovation that like fucking broke the scene, because there was never an animated motion picture ever.
Yeah, this was like the first color feature-length animated feature, and feature-length feature. And again, the use of this like new big piece of equipment to allow like cinematography in animation that people just were not doing before.
I kind of wish the anime Disney would go back to. Ooh, loaded question.
Loaded question.
You see, so for those who don't know, I work with Swan Princess, who originally had their first 3 movies done in cell animation, and we get asked all the fucking time, why won't you do cell animation again? Because it's expensive as shit. They are all physical, hand-painted stuff to, do that with. And it's beautiful when it's done right, and when you can afford it. Like in anime, like 1-to-1, like how Snow White was, of like every single frame is individual versus you have to use 3 copies, which is why anime seems so stilted sometimes, because they work on a thing of 3s, where they just switch out same looking cells to be used so they can reuse it too, so they can skip on budget. Save some budget, I should say. So, especially in this line of work where it's like, the animation unions weren't really that great back then, so a lot of them were kind of working really shitty hours and long stuff, and now since we have kind of better stuff, they can't really allow that, so they can't really pay the workers their proper dues for how much it goes into cell animation. So yes, very pretty, very fantastic when you know how to do it, but goddamn, it is super labor intensive, super expensive, and it's to a point where the executives do not find it profitable enough. Which is why when it is done, it's fucking amazing. Like, the Green Eggs and Ham, that was cell that was redone over in digital. So all that was fucking 2D hand-drawn animation with, like, cell animation, inspiration of how they did it. But again, digitally.
Yeah, like, a lot of things used to be done on physical cells that, like, still maintained being hand-drawn, but were just moved over to digital because it's faster, easier to edit, you don't have to worry about, buying more cell stock or storing all of the cells you've made and such. Like SpongeBob SquarePants, first season done on physical cells, then moved on to, still hand-drawn, but digital as opposed to, literally stacking the sheets of transparent film.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's some history for you. As someone who gets this question all the fucking time about cell animation, it's a loaded question, and one I have to use a lot, because some people are like, never saw Prom, so I recommend it. It's on YouTube right now for free with ads. Anyway. They were true pioneers. You're right. I know it's like, oh, you know, wanking Disney. No. This is true for the art itself.
Yeah, like that.
Oh my god.
That is the thing, is like, is Disney wanking? Yes, because this is one of the things Disney can genuinely wank about.
Mm-hmm. These days, all animation is done digitally, so this camera is no longer in use. But it's kept here as an important artifact. Yeah.
It was custom made, one of a kind. Apparently, it cost a fortune.
Oh, Walt and all of his loans.
Yep.
They really went all out, didn't they?
Beautiful Queen was the first feature-length animated film ever produced. They were striving towards an incredible goal.
As an example of that, the voice actors for the film were cast without even the producers ever seeing their faces. They chose purely by voice. Whoa.
Oh. Wow.
Wow.
That ain't how it's normally done?
Which also, fun fact, I don't know if they're going to bring it up here, but speaking of by voice, so Walt Disney, after Snow White,
Oh yeah, this.
basically blacklisted Snow White's voice actress, so she could never work in the industry again, because he didn't want Snow White's voice to be tarnished by the public.
Yep.
But she snuck in The Wizard of Oz! Good for her!
Yeah, good for her. Good for her, like, fucking figuring something out.
Whoa.
Yep. You might be like, where is she in The Wizard of Oz? So, there's a song, I think it's the Tin Man who was like, oh, if only I had a heart. And there's one part of this little light voice being like, wherefore art thou, Romeo? That's her.
Oh. It's, well, tarnished in the sense that, like, if we're being blunt here, Walt wanted to own the voice. He didn't want her to, you know, be her own person, owning her own tools and doing whatever she wanted. He wanted to own the tool that was her unique voice.
And you know how, like, Amethyst's voice, like, Steven Universe, Amethyst's voice actress also voiced stuff for GTA 5? In roughly the same voice she did for Amethyst, and so people put a lot of voices from GTA 5 to Amethyst in Steven Universe of her fucking yelling at people about prostitution and, you know, saying a bunch of vulgar stuff. That's what he was wanting to avoid. Of people, you know, hearing the Snow White voice and thinking something vulgar, being like, she needs to stay pure. Do not want any evidence of Snow White being better. So yeah, there you go.
Not at all.
Oh, Robin Williams, you changed the industry for the and he tried to avoid it so much.
Yeah.
God, our Disney history is really coming in clutch this event. Like Tara Strong in her voice from Juliet from Lollipop Chainsaw being used. Yeah. Remember, she was also in Sea Covers. It's a Wonderful World. Oh.
Normally, even in animation, you'd filter people out based on all manner of factors, from headshots to their experience.
That's right. But for this film, they really wanted to find the perfect voices to capture the fairest queen and other characters.
All of that attention to detail is what led to Beautiful Cream becoming an instant classic.
Additional side note. Going back to the cell animation bit for a second. We have gotten questions in Swan Princess being like, why can't you go back to 2D animation, please? It's so much more prettier than 3D. Here's the thing, buddy. All the artists that are not retired, that used to work on the Swan Princess, moved to digital because that was the only way the company would survive. So, there aren't people to do it in that industry anymore. They switched, or else they would flounder. So it's like, man, I wish, like, if you would pay for it, sure. But, for an example, I forget how much our original budget was. 8 million? Something. And during around halfway through the movie, of Swan Princess, the original Swan Princess, we went over budget just trying to get it. And Selden, God bless his heart, was like hitting the street every day for a week trying to get as many loans as he could so they could make sure the movie got finished and got like 2 million extra more. So it's like, this shit gets really expensive really fucking fast. And that's in 1994 standards. That's even more in these days. Woof.
Yep. And yeah, like, these days, like, in the US particularly, like, it's this sort of, like, self-fulfilling prophecy of, like, anyone who wants to, like, go into animation is told, oh, like, let go of your dreams of doing 2D, no one hires for 2D anymore, and so they study 3D animation, which then produces, you know, this huge surplus of people who are, like, skilled and experienced in 3D animation. And so everyone looks and says, like, well, there's only 3D people that we can hire, so it wouldn't make sense to, you know, pay extra for 2D. So it's this, you know, self-fulfilling prophecy.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention, just straight up companies don't believe in them. Like, has anyone even seen the marketing for the day the world blew up? Or the day the earth blew up? The new Looney Tunes animated movie? Because that was not marketed at all. Most people didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, I had no idea
it came out the same weekend as Snow White.
Yeah, until, like, I saw, it was Saber Spark who was the first person I saw.
Mm.
Yeah, like, because, again, the entertainment industry is extremely, I don't know if I'd say superstitious, but, like, higher-ups tend to cling to, like, baseless ideas like they are hard and fast truths. Like, rather than, you know, like, if a movie does bad, rather than, like, think, what if, like, what was wrong with that movie? They'll just say, like, oh, that genre is cursed now, we can't do that genre anymore! When it's like, no, you just made a bad movie.
Mm.
And, like...
Am I wrong? No, it is the youth.
So, yeah, like, Warner Brothers, as, you know, folks who have been paying attention these past few years can tell you, have pretty much been deliberately sabotaging their animation department.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I know I don't want to be a downer about this, but since we're bringing it up in chat, I wanted to go into the details of it and, like, why it's not really much of a thing anymore. Because I think it's kind of... Because if we're going to be diving into the fucking history of the OG, even in Twistverse terms, as someone who works in the industry, it's much more complicated of, oh, I wish they go back to it.
Yeah, again, except in Europe. Europe has kind of its own thing going on, because... because
they're not in the American corporation stranglehold.
Yeah, in America, there is no entertainment for art's sake anymore. It is, like, if you want to, like, the entertainment industry is an industry. It is, like... It is all about, like, maximizing profit, minimizing cost, and it is only, like, the most independent people, who are, like, still doing 2D. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, if you find this subject interesting, I recommend looking up Lindsay Ellis's Beauty and the Beast live action video essay, because she goes into a really good job with, like, talking about how we got to this point of focusing on, like, non-animation stuff, especially when it comes to, like, remakes. and like how Michael Eisner fucked up the fucking Disney industry of switching the mission statement from we are not obligated to make art if we make money. We will eventually make art. It's also a very entertaining video. So I recommend it if this sort of thing is fascinating to you, because she did a lot of research on it.
Mm. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to it. Underground tunnel!
Oh boy, they have utilidors.
Didn't think you'd get some history lessons, huh? I may not know my fucking 1980 whatevers, but I do know entertainment industry, baby!
We've come to an even darker place now. What an austere hallway.
Not even any windows. Nothing on display, unlike everywhere else. Ooh, wait a second! Is this gonna be like, now that you've seen our secrets, we can't let you leave kind of thing? As if.
Maybe they should lock you and Grim up, considering your loose lips.
Damn! Don't worry, it's nothing like that. Ace is traumatized by Playful Land. We're currently walking through an underground tunnel that connects a lot of the different buildings on the lot.
An underground tunnel? Why go to such lengths?
Oh, I get it. So you can escape if some rough and tumble types attack.
Who would attack a film studio? You have quite the imagination, but it's not an escape tunnel. It's so cells and other drawings could be kept out of the elements when they were moved.
Oh.
That's all? Seriously? Seems kind of a waste of money.
I can only imagine the expense.
But I guess going through those extra lanes is why the animation here is so high quality.
Exactly. For instance, if they wanted a character to have a certain lively movement to them, they'd hire live actors and make sketches of them to analyze the movements as they performed or danced.
Can't see it, but I'm nodding. I'm nodding. This is exactly what they did. Sort of like an animated rough draft.
Right. They'd even bring real animals into the studio for observation.
Fun fact. One of the reasons why, Walt Disney was really excited to do the Bambi movie was because he did not like how the animals turned out in, Snow White. He thought they were too rubbery, too loosey, too, like, outside of the horse from, like, the first, you know, the Prince's Horse, he was not happy with them. So Bambi was really a really good excuse to really, like, get proper research into that. Brought in a lot of animals, did a lot of research, did a lot of, like, animal watching and stuff, so they could really get it down. And it, like, really helped out stuff, and I thought that was neat.
Animals? Like what? Crows, bald eagles, squirrels, rabbits, deer, you name it. A veritable menagerie! They really do go to great lengths here. For the potion scenes in Beautiful Queen, they even brought in real chemists and mages to watch them mix their concoctions. Sometimes they would even shoot film on live actors and trace their footage.
Rotoscoping! Rotoscoping! Ah, yes! Rotoscoping!
Yeah!
Still used to this day, but at the time it was cutting edge. Sure fucking was! Oh my god. Like, you can actually see, there is some footage out there of, I believe it was the, Alice in Wonderland Tea Party scene with the actors and actresses playing, Alice, Mad Hatter, and so on. Like, going through the scene in character so they could, like, you know, be drawn over. It's neat! Also, Beauty and the Beast, when you notice something is being rotoscoped, it takes you out of it for a little bit. But that's just me, being autistic as shit. Seems like the original Beautiful Queen had a bunch of firsts. It really did! It was really a remarkable film. Remarkable. But Speaking of first, it was also the first animated film to tell its story through song. I'm not sure about that. Well, It is a musical. It was the first animated musical. Shrugs? I don't know. That musical aspect was a huge hit and became a hallmark of the studio's animated features going forward.
That reminds me of a story I once heard. One of the characters in the film was a cute young girl whose expression always seemed gloomy no matter how they painted her. The whole team was at their wits' end, and then one of the colorists tried using some actual blush they had on the girl's cheeks.
That's right! That's right! Like on Snow White's cheeks, that's actual makeup blush.
Oh!
Wow, I can't believe they put that part in! It's true! It is! Because they couldn't get the right fucking color! So they just used actual blush.
And just like that, her expression changed to one of vibrance. So Beautiful Green was also the first animated feature to ever use blush.
It's true! Man, just one first after another. Well then, next we'll head to our live-action studio. Everyone in the cart, please! No, keep us in cell animation land! We're seeing a live-action studio. Ugh, I'm not Gilbert. What the fuck? We're seeing a live-action studio as well? Can't wait. No legs.
Ooh, more furniture.
After filming. Welcome to our live-action studio! There's a castle!
A huge castle. Inside our room!
This is for the Beautiful Queen remake. Wow, it's so big! I can't even wrap my head around it.
This must be the cauldron the queen uses to mix her potions. It's brilliantly realized.
Hey, there's a jail cell over here, Kyo! Wait, Joe's here. Kyo, why don't you step inside? Bitch! Grim says he wants to. I'm sorry for my crimes. Getting into the act, eh? Or do you actually feel like you've done something to atone for? Don't ask me that. Ace and Grim should get in too. Three of you are always causing trouble. Bitch! Ah!
How nice not to hear my name. Your faith in me is invaluable, Jamil.
I just know you're not careless enough to get caught and thrown in jail. Damn! Hell yeah! In addition to the castle, we also made the forest mindsets. Oh, they did much more work on this than they did the actual... Again, here's the thing. Because it's the twisted version, it's good. It's because it's the exact opposite of how it is in real life. Get it?
Yeah!
Yeah! They're using puppets. They're using practical effects. They're using actual sets. It's better.
Yeah, like, because that's the thing. In this universe, like, actual magic exists. So there's no reason to, like, you know, pivot to CG.
The art department here can create anything. From cityscapes and schools to historical buildings and even spaceships.
Yeah, the crew in the Twist universe actually gave a damn. Capitalism isn't as much of a thing here. What happens to the sets after filming? They get striped.
Some are put in storage, but the vast majority are simply struck.
There's probably some CGI because of technomancy.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Oh, yeah, because we do know that, to some extent, CG is taking over because, fucking, you know, Idia being like, and it's done with, you know, real effects, not CG. So it's like, to some degree it is, but...
Maybe that's why Ortho's probably the Film Appreciation Club. Get that CG integration.
But see, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is, this is Twist Universe's version of the Disney studio. Which means that in this universe, they actually still have some self-respect as an arts organization.
Oh my god. Ah, yes, the Twist universe where Michael Eisner didn't exist. I want to live in that world. This castle set is going on an exhibition tour to help promote the film. But once that's over, it'll be torn down.
Huh. Kinda feels like a waste.
I know what you mean, but that's just how it is. They need the space for the next production.
The art department handles everything to do with the sets, from setup and tear down to operations. And they don't just make these life-sized they don't just make these life-sized sets either, do they? Yes, they also make detailed miniatures.
Side eyes the Star Wars art directors from the beginning trilogy. Wow. What a pictures.
The quality of miniatures can make or break a feature, especially a fantasy or sci-fi film. Although a lot of that is done with CG now.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Seems like something Ortho would be good at. Hey, Ortho mention.
The level of CG in the Film Research Club's productions has vastly improved since Ortho joined us.
Oh, so this is post-book 6!
Okay, so this is post-book 6.
So this is between 6 and 7. Cool! Yay, Ortho got to join!
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yeah, which, I mean, also confirms that in the, conversation, I guess, with Bill's dad in the, what do we say in front of his dad? It was just mutually understood, don't bring up the overblot.
Don't do that.
The models themselves are higher quality, and we can render long sequences in no time now.
Not to mention, Ortho probably knows how to do 3D printing.
Yeah! It's wonderful to have an underclassman who is so capable and talented.
Ortho, I love you. Hey, is this a movie theater?
Yes, this is where films are screened for the cast and crew.
I'm surprised at the scale, considering that. These are real theater seats.
It's like a miniature theater. Beautiful Queen was the first feature-length animated film ever produced.
Correct.
At the time, the studio was quite small, and with such a lengthy production, funding became an issue.
Oh yeah.
No matter how many great creative minds you have, you can't make a movie without funding. What do you imagine the business heads here did when faced with budget issues?
Go to Walt Disney's older brother!
Yep. Go to Roy.
Go to Roy!
Ask Roy for money.
Brother, please. Can't say I know much about raising production funds for a movie. Yeah, I got no idea.
I know.
Yes, of course you do.
They invited representatives from banks to this screening room and showed them a partially finished version of the film.
Walt had a Yes! Roy Disney. He took over after Walt Disney died. And was, like, part of the founding of it.
Correct. Well done.
Gold star. Figures you know about raising capital.
I'll take that as a compliment.
No.
Seeing how wonderful the film was going to be gave the banks confidence that it would be a success, and they approved more funds. Thanks to that, Beautiful Queen was able to wrap production without further issue. And as you know, it became a smash hit. The banks were right to back it.
What a great story. For the studio heads and the banks as well.
An ideal business arrangement reached through peaceful and persuasive negotiation.
Maybe you could learn something from that as well.
I'm always peaceful and persuasive, Jamil, and I also hate unions.
Let's head to our next stop. Everyone on the cart, please. Vroom, vroom. The it factor. So far, we have put set the it. Carl the Doodle. 11!
Looks like some kind of park.
This is the Legend Plaza.
Sorry, my eyes just got real, unfocused for a second there.
Ooh.
Each year, people are granted Legend Awards for their contributions to the studio. Those who've received the award have their handprints immortalized here.
Look at all of them. So many famous actors and musicians. Amazing! Ooh, I love this actor! I should take a real picture real quick. Huh? Whoa, look at this! It's Eric's handprint! I want that on my ass.
Indeed.
Stop fucking my dad! Yells Vil.
I suspected we might find his here. He's been in a number of the studio's films, after all.
I could tell Eric was amazing when I saw him on screen, of course. But seeing him in person, you can really tell he's got the it factor.
A worthy recipient of the Legend Award, if ever there was one. I'm quite proud of him myself. I hope to have my own handprint on display here one day. I want to be a big star, even bigger than my father.
That'd be wild. But if I know could pull it off, it'd totally be you. I think so, too.
I shall have to make sure I stay in your good graces, Vil.
And here's our last stop. The studio store! Of course, it fucking ends at the gift shop. Woo! Souvenirs! It's all caters to the employees, so you'll find many products here not on sale elsewhere. Ah, that sounds like fun, even just to browse.
Limited and exclusive items. In other words, valuable ones. I shall have to think long and hard about what to buy.
Everyone getting to the cart. Shotgun! Gets shoved aside by Vil.
Beautiful spotling, thank you.
Leaves him there. This should be fun.
Maybe there's some limited edition canned tuna.
Grim. As if. In the gift shop. Oh, we don't get to see the gift shop. Boo! Hey, they got some stuff here about the animated film about the Queen of Hearts.
Yes, yes!
Woo!
Oh? I had no idea there was such a film. It's from a while ago. I remember seeing it when I was young.
I love the part where the Queen goes wild in that croquet match.
Ah, so it's a sports film.
No!
I wouldn't say that. Most of the runtime focuses on a certain trial.
Oh, so it's about Alice showing up to wreck shit up, as per usual.
A courtroom drama, then?
Sort of. There's a whole bunch of animals, too.
So it's a nature documentary?
Azul, don't hurt yourself. It's Wonderland, for God's sakes. Not really. It's just about the Queen of Hearts. I love this movie. Maybe I should get something. How about this deck of cards? Got characters from the movie printed on it. Ooh, cool! Each suit is totally different. Good for playing or just admiring. Nice.
And it's a manageable price for you, I think.
Bitch. Granted, I have seen Disney gift shops where they sell like a figurine of Lumiere and it's like $70 and I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
That settles it. Thanks for pointing me in that direction, Jamil. I wanna hear More gifts.
But yeah, I guess that confirms that, like, a lot of movies don't make it undersea. Because, like, we know that,
some things get broadcasted.
yeah.
I remember the first time I ever tasted alcohol was at an Alice in Wonderland birthday party for a friend of mine.
Oh.
You might be wondering how? So I was, I think, like 15 at the time. I went to a party, and there was a whole table of drink me vials that were on like little different little colors and different bottles, and they all had different tags that said drink me, and I was like, oh, cool. And so I take one, I drink it, and I'm like, ugh. Interesting. What this? They're like, oh, it's blue raspberry vodka. Huh? Yeah, you're fine. Okay. You're not gonna tell my mom, are you? No. The mom made it. Prank gift. I'm scared.
Oh boy.